Live from UBC studios. Welcome to UBC Lunchtime News on this 23rd of March 2026. I am Brian Tumwine Biaruhanga. And to our first story. The Police Directorate of Traffic and Road Safety has recounted operations transpired on the country's roads in the last week. The report has revealed that, unlike previous reporting on the crashes, the current trend of crashes victimizes more passengers. The Traffic Police spokesperson Michael Kananura says the main cause of crashes on Ugandan roads is speeding and reckless overtaking. Let's take a look.
Last week, a notable shift in the pattern of road traffic crashes has been observed, with several incidents resulting in both fatalities and both injuries. The majority of these crashes involved motor vehicles, with passengers emerging as the most affected group. This differing from the previous trends, where we have already seen the vulnerable road users, particularly the motorcyclists, their passengers and the pedestrians being the majority affected. And this has been due to speeding and careless overtaking, both which continue to pose significant risks of road safety. Among the notable crashes that were registered last week, we had a crash where 3 people lost lives and 8 others were injured in a fatal crash. This occurred on the 20th of March 2026. It was around 11:30 p.m. at a place known as Inkondo village along the Guru Highway in Ruelo district. The crash involved motor vehicles registration number UBR 333S, a Toyota Hiace, and UBG 873K, a Tata lorry. This Tata lorry attempted to overtake a queue of vehicles, and in the process, it collided head-on with the oncoming Toyota Hiace, and the impact resulted in the death of 3 occupants and left 8 injured in an omnibus. Still on the same day of 20th March, we also registered a fatal crash at the Venue Hotel. As the Easter season approaches, a period often marked by increased travel and heightened market activity, all road users are urged to be mindful of how they travel and the means of transport they choose. Members of the public are strongly cautioned against boarding open trucks, as these vehicles are not designed for passenger transport and they expose occupants to danger in the event of a crash. We further call upon local authorities, including market leaders and community representatives, to support the ongoing road safety efforts by ensuring that vendors and traders use appropriate and authorized means of transport. This collective responsibility is critical, especially recognizing that enforcement agencies cannot be present everywhere at all times. Most of these trucks travel in the night and use routes where the traffic is not deployed, but then they are monitored by the representatives in the communities there, the leaders, local authorities. Please, we call upon you, help us to really help these people to know what to do. What you need to do is to prepare yourself and comply. Make sure that you comply. Have all it takes and you follow all the rules and regulations of traffic on the road.
Michael Kananura, the Traffic Police spokesperson there, urging the public to be more conscious when they're on the road. Now let's talk public health. The executive director of the Community Health Information Network, Regina Kamoga, has called for strict regulations against medical facilities across the country to avoid deaths related to antimicrobial resistance in Uganda. In an exclusive interview with UBC's Daniel Mogoya, Regina says most Ugandans have become resistant to specific drugs due to unprofessional practices, including wrong prescriptions and half-baked medical practitioners. Let's take a look.
Antimicrobial resistance. I want to first understand antimicrobial resistance.
In very simple terms, it's when medicines stop working. The medicines are supposed to work to treat the different conditions. But when these medicines cannot work effectively for what they're supposed to do, they cannot kill the germs, and this can happen for so many reasons. They are drivers. For instance, many times we self-medicate. You do not need an antibiotic, but then you go to a pharmacy and get it, and then treat yourself. You can share medicines at home. Probably you have been given medication, you take it and you don't finish it. And when it's someone else is sick in the family, you give them the antibiotics. Then other times, especially in Uganda, viral infections are not supposed to be treated by antimicrobials. But many times your child has a very simple cold or cough. They're given antibiotics. This process of why you're taking these medications when you don't need them.
At times, there are people who are given some prescription of drugs. And then when it fails to work, the doctors are like, let's try to change and use an alternative. Maybe we use other drugs, but still treating the same.
Sometimes medicines may not work for different reasons as well. But the first and most important thing is, has a test been done to actually confirm that you need such and such a treatment? Because there are also, like I talked about, the drivers. There are many drivers of antimicrobial resistance. And one of the drivers is actually the inadequate capacity of some healthcare professionals or health workers, and especially at the community level. And sometimes they may not know what they're actually treating because of the inadequate skills. And this results from the many mushrooming training, healthcare training institutions where we have half-baked people out there in different clinics doing what they're not supposed to be doing. That can also bring about the issues of inadequate, or proper treatment, which might bring up the issues that you're talking about.
What could be done in terms of the government policies to have this matter addressed?
Yeah, actually government has done a very good job, especially when it comes to antimicrobial resistance. We have a very comprehensive national action plan. The first one was in 2018 to 2023. Now we have a new one, 2024-2025 to 2028-2029, and which is focusing on 5 strategic objectives. One is on public awareness, then antimicrobial stewardship, then it is also looking at surveillance, research, and innovation. So in place, government has policies on infection and prevention control, standards, treatment guidelines on hand hygiene, infection prevention, and many others. But the whole issue, the challenge here is especially in terms of implementation at the facility level, as well as the community level. So
I can see in one of your releases here that the World Health Organization estimated like 1.27 million deaths globally, and in 2019 contributed nearly 5 million deaths. What is the case for Uganda?
In Uganda, we still have a gap in research to determine the extent of the problem. But different initiatives, especially as the National Action Plan is being implemented, research is being conducted. And I think then we'll have the real data regarding on the extent of the problem in our country.
In your view?
In my view, in my view, I think in a year we have over 5,000 people that are related to antimicrobial resistance.
Oh.
5,000 plus. Yeah. For instance, I'll give an example. When someone is in hospital, someone has undergone a surgery, then they get an infection, and then they die. But this has been because has been brought up, has been contributed by antimicrobial resistance. They'll say someone died when they were having birth, or if someone has cancer and then those medicines are not working, but it was because of antimicrobial resistance, they will still attribute that death to cancer, not necessarily antimicrobial resistance.
Daniel Mugoya with Dr. Regina Kamoga, UBC Lunchtime News. The Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among, has stepped up efforts to improve health care delivery in Bukedea district. The commissioning of Jehovah Rapha Medical Center in Chidongole completes the initiative. This was commissioned on behalf of her by the Bukedea County Member of Parliament, David Becham Okwere, who highlighted bringing services closer to the community. Let's take a look.
The Jehovah Rapha Medical Center was commissioned on her behalf by Bukedea County Member of Parliament, David Becham Okwere, who highlighted the importance of bringing services closer to the people. Speaking to the residents, Okwere said the new facility, coupled with an ambulance recently acquired with support from the Speaker, will improve emergency response and save lives across the district.
And that ambulance is for the community. It is fully equipped. It is a moving hospital. That ambulance has already been delivered. So I don't want anyone to fall sick tomorrow at home. And you even fail to reach this health facility. There is my team which was set up together with the Speaker, with that ambulance, they will be able to pick you and deliver you today.
The Director of Health Center commended the community for embracing the facility, noting it will help reduce death and improve disease management in the area.
So many people dying from more preventable illnesses, and there is an increase in antibacterial resistance in communities. And so our effort is to improve the diagnostic capacity of health facilities in our communities near us. And as you see, this health facility is a 100% well-equipped diagnostic center that can be able to diagnose all conditions, at least that the community members might have.
The doctor in charge says the center will enhance access to affordable treatment and contribute to reducing infections as services are now brought closer to the people.
We have the machines. We can do the CBC. We have it here. We do the DS. We do the urinalysis. We do all the cell, including the HIV testing, sickle cell testing. We all do them here. Like today is a camp day because we are launching the hospital. That's why you see people are many here. Today is a day when you are charging people no money. But other days the charge is very, very minimal because this hospital is meant to help the poorest person. Our charge here is 25,000 shillings for all those services and you can get them anytime you want.
Leaders say the facility is part of wider efforts to strengthen healthcare systems and improve livelihoods in Bukedea. The commissioning of Jehovah Rapha Medical Center is expected to ease access to healthcare services and bring hope to communities in Kidongole and beyond. Jamilo Luka, UBC TV, Bukedea District.
Thank you, Jamil, there for us. Now, residents of Koisike in Amdat District in Karamoja sub-region witnessed the grand opening of Our Lady Queen of Hope Chapel. The chapel was built by Caria Peace Village with funding from Sister Paola Vismara from Italy. Yes, now Mika Akasila Lorem, MP-elect for Wupe constituency in Amudat, officiated the ceremony. Let's take a look.
We are disciples of Moses. We know what God spoke to Moses. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world.
This chapel may be the symbol of our life. Our life starts like a little seed in the womb of the mother. Then we become a child, and then a boy or a girl.
Today is a great day for us again.
This chapel has been open officially for the community of Kosike. But today, as we are here, we want to thank the donor, we want to thank the Catholic for the initiative that they have put today, that let's put a chapel in Kosike. Karamoja in Yenro, before disarmament, used to be the most dangerous place to be. Where we stand now was a battlefield. But we thank the government of His Excellency President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
UBC Lunchtime News takes a very short break, and we shall do return with business.
So, Muchara.
Yes, Daddy.
You know the children are going back to school and things are a bit tight. Huh? For now, why don't you take half of the fees to junior school, and for the school van contribution, we shall pay later. Huh?
Daddy, why don't we pay using MTN Momo, where we stand a chance of winning school fees for a whole year and more? By the way, you can also apply for a school fees loan, and also participating schools can win a school van.
That's right! Win school fees for a whole year and more. Get Momo goodies and a school van for participating schools. You can also apply for a school fees loan. Simply dial *165 *80# or use the Momo app.
All right, listen up. Colgate is on a mission.
It's kind of a big thing.
Colgate Herbal uses traditional nature's herbs and combines it with Colgate Science for healthy gums and strong teeth.
New Colgate Herbal with Salt combines traditional nature's herbs with a pinch of salt and Colgate Science. A natural recipe for strong teeth and healthy gums.
My question is, what is the difference between rental tax and income tax? How comes I'm paying both taxes on my own premises? If you want to have a tin, but you are not making any income from your business, you should take on the obligation to continue filing your nil return.
Commissioner General, to invest in taxation, when people understand taxes and they know the importance of taxes, and they know the fair assessment of these taxes they're supposed to pay, I think everybody will embrace taxation.
As banning groupage cargo, clearance protects small traders who cannot afford to import full container loads individually and rely on consolidation to remain competitive. Cargo to come in groupage is consolidation, it's legitimate, and we can't ban it. What we have banned, or what we have stopped, is the use of container leaders. Now, Fiona, the good news I have for you is that among the new tax proposals,
now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887, and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Booza Commissioner.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. UBC Lunchtime News continues. A State House Poverty Alleviation Department has donated cassava cuttings and coffee seedlings to the farmers in Adjumani district. The Northern Region Coordinator, Stella Yamangusho, told UBC that the initiative boosts food production and improves household income. Let's take a look.
State House Poverty Alleviation Department has distributed cassava cuttings and coffee seedlings to selected farmers in Adjumani with the objective of strengthening food security and improve livelihoods. Northern Region Poverty Alleviation Department Coordinator Stella Yamangusho advised farmers to focus on crops they understand well and those that grow fast to ensure quick returns and food sustainability.
For the accomplishments of the activities that we've had today, from coffee, now we are on cassava cuttings. We have brought cassava cuttings today to farmers. The rains have just started. This is for food security. These ones are 251 bags of cassava cuttings that we have brought to this place. They were brought from Namolonge. We want all farmers to grow so that this becomes food. Agriculture, according to the way history has it in Uganda, is the backbone of Uganda's economy. And it's not only the backbone, it also feeds our families. So there is no way we are going to dodge going to the garden. Even if you dodge, you will feel hungry. So it's even better we first dig to get food, and then we dig to get income.
Leaders said the intervention comes at a time when the region is receiving rains to enable farmers plant.
Farmers of Adjumani must ensure that they take advantage of the rains that have come and ensure that they begin planting crops such as cassava, which have ready market in this area. And I think we should also plant other crops and make use of these inputs being delivered to us more positively, so that they can do more, they can engage more in agriculture. Because agriculture here is in this area, Mungula Parish, Ichirika Sub-County, Kusjoni, the surrounding areas here, the pattern of weather here is slightly different from the rest of Adjumani. And I think this is very good, so they should work hard to do more agriculture.
The recipient farmers said the initiative saves money they would invest in buying cuttings and seedlings.
I'd like to thank the government of Uganda, especially His Excellency Yoweri Museveni, for the support he is giving the people of Adjumani to eliminate poverty. And also I need to thank Madam Joanne for her kind support, for trusts which she has given to the people of Adjumani to deliver this coffee for us.
Authorities insist on proper crop selection and effective use of rainy season for farmers to achieve food security. Mike Bakablendi for UBC.
Thank you, Michael, for that. The Ministry of Water and Environment is encouraging youth to engage initiatives to promote climate change awareness. The initiatives like Miss Climate Change Awareness at the 2026 pageant empowers young women with skills and a platform to inspire community action against climate change. Let's take a look.
Because we are having this discussion.
The media has been challenged to take a leading role in addressing climate change. This was during a climate governance panel discussion in Kampala.
Why we are facing global warming, why we face these climate change issues. We are seeing floods everywhere. That's why we chose youths and we chose to do this event so that people can be educated on what is going on Earth.
The young people must be involved in the finding the solution of these problems from climate change.
Experts say the media must provide accurate and factual information to support climate action.
We should have programs on television where people have awareness every day, and it should be like a daily program. Let it be on radio or on any nation media that can have coverage.
Participants questioned the effectiveness of global systems in achieving net zero emissions by 2050. Developed countries have also been urged to fulfill commitments to the Loss and Damage Fund.
Developed countries are supposed to provide us with the Loss and Damage Fund. Because they are the biggest contributors of green gas emissions. As Africa at large, we only contribute less than 1%.
But I think also now when it comes back to us as journalists, I think there are gaps in tracking the money. We are not tracking the money from where it's coming from to where it is being channeled out and to also the final beneficiaries.
Experts warn that misinformation continues to undermine climate awareness.
So, Muchara,
Yes, Daddy.
you know the children are going back to school and things are a bit tight. For now, why don't you take half of the fees to junior school, and for the school van contribution, we shall pay later.
Daddy, why don't we pay using MTN Momo, where we stand a chance of winning school fees for a whole year and more? By the way, you can also apply for a school fees loan, and also participating schools can win a school van.
That's right! Win school fees for a whole year and more. Get more goodies and a school van for participating schools. You can also apply for a school fees loan. Simply dial *165*80# or use the Momo app.
All right, listen up. Colgate is on a mission.
It's kind of a big thing.
Colgate Herbal uses traditional nature's herbs and combines it with Colgate Science for healthy gums and strong teeth.
New Colgate Herbal with Salt combines traditional nature's herbs with a pinch of salt and Colgate Science. A natural recipe for strong teeth and healthy gums.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. UBC Lunchtime News continues with sports. A three-day race for equality has concluded in Zambia, marking the end of cycling campaign to promote equal opportunities and empowering vulnerable communities. The race, which began on the 20th March from Nachivale refugee resettlement, brought together a group of determined cyclists to raise funds and awareness to support programs that advance equality and create opportunities for refugee and host communities. Let's take a look.
In the Brass for Africa campaign, riders covered a 135-kilometer road journey as participants shared their experiences from the event.
Been riding for 3 days, and the first day was hilly and was tough. We did 135 kilometers. Yesterday was the second day, and I would say it was the hardest for most of us.
The CEO of Brass for Africa, Andrew Agassi, said the journey was a source of motivation in their mission to empower over 2,000 young people and inspire communities to work together.
Definitely have raised awareness. I have shared so much from the ride, personal stories. So many people are sharing information on a hashtag, but we are also raising money because to create opportunity, you need resources, and resources are very difficult to come by. So as we cycle, we reach out to well-wishers, family, friends, all supporters. Opportunities for mental health awareness, we achieve that through music. Peaceful coexistence. We work with thousands of refugees, and so coexistence between refugees and hosts, but also refugees and refugees is key. But also importantly, which is why this race is in the month of March, we celebrate girls and young women.
The country director, Ronald Kabuye, emphasizes that the organization supports children through such programs to transform their lives.
So my last message to you, our Ugandan, everyone who is listening to my voice, is that as Brass for Africa, we believe that everyone deserves an opportunity and has the potential to thrive. We do it through music. You can do it.
So the cyclists from Nachivale participation send a message of unity and commitment to improve the lives of Ugandan children, young women, and persons with disabilities.
We hope that we've sent a message out there in the world of equality, of inclusion, of understanding that girls and young women, refugees and persons living disability deserve an opportunity to thrive. On stage, we had Uganda School for the Deaf performing. These children are ear impaired, but with us as Brass for Africa, we believe they have a chance and they deserve a chance to thrive. And they have performed the national anthem, they have performed other songs and entertained us. Why not any other child?
The funds raised from the race will support programs that benefit over 300 disadvantaged children and young people. The founder of Brass for Africa, James Trofu, highlighted the impact of the formation of the initiative.
Hugely important. It's very important that we include everybody in things that we do. and it's been at the heart of Brass for Africa since the beginning. We have well over 1,200 refugees, over 1,000 girls, nearly 300 people with disabilities getting involved in our programs, playing brass music and being fully included in that. It's so powerful. It's a soft power. It was a surprise to me. I play music myself, but when I came here and we started using music, it's incredible how compelling it is for young people.
I'm Ivan Joko for UBC.
Thank you very much, Juko Ivan, for that. Indeed, every Uganda children should thrive. At exactly 30 minutes, UBC Lunchtime News comes to the very end. But later on, we shall have a Bari that is at 6:30, UBC Lero at 7 p.m. Then later on, UBC Tonight at 8 and 10 p.m. I am Brian Tumwine Biarhanga. Have a good afternoon and God bless Uganda.